Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Napoleon, and today we're back with another Enlisted video, and this time we're talking about the new vehicles in the next major update. For those who are wondering, the next major update is the one that Enlisted is going on Steam, so that's interesting. And of course, we have a lot of interesting weapons in this video. That said, if you haven't liked, subscribe, or join the Discord, because most of these weapons I already done a very intrusive and insightful explanation on in the Discord. I highly suggest that you do. But that said, let's get started. The first one, we have the M26 Pershing. Once again, like I said, Enlisted has given us the Pershing, which is no surprise. This thing can take on Germany's King Tigers, and essentially has a 90mm gun that can both destroy almost any tank that you face, which is amazing. Now, for those who are wondering if they have watched my previous videos, they know that Enlisted will be giving us the Super Pershing, which is a heavily armored version of the Pershing. And for those that are thinking, where is the Super Pershing, my explanation is probably that Enlisted will give us as a premium squad. So that's that. Germany will also be getting the H1 Tiger, which is a very, very interesting tank, in the sense that the regular E Tiger is the later version, where the H1 Tiger is the earlier version. You can see the difference via the massive cupola on top, which is very interesting, as for those who have played War Thunder can notice that this cupola can be easily penetrated. But that's that. The USSR will be getting the M1 bazooka and stuff like that, and the KV-1 ZIS-5 will be given to the USSR as well. That said, let's move on to the Japanese, which they have a lot of good stuff. For those who are wondering, they are given the Type A automatic rifle. Judging on the magazine and based on their description, this is a 30-round magazine. Now, I've already done a video on this in which I suggest Enlisted to upload this as their new weapon for the Japanese, which is actually what they appear to be doing. This is essentially a hay rifle with the exact same sights, but with a fully automatic 30-round magazine, which is very, very devastating. This essentially is the Japanese AS-44, and in some cases it's the FG-42, because the hay rifle, to a certain degree, is essentially a German FG-42 with 30-round mag. Now, if historically this should be a very, very devastating weapon, of course historically this was never used and it was highly experimental, but in game, if Enlisted actually decides to do what I think they do and give this thing a good fire rate but not a lot of damage, which essentially is the AS-44, I think that's very highly possible. Or they could give us what historically it was, and essentially a FG-42 with 30 rounds. If that is the case, and it still has a bayonet and a bipod, then this gun will be the best weapon in-game as of right now. Like, literally, this will be the best weapon in-game. And it's at tier 5, which is amazing. Next up, for Japan, we have the Type 100 MG. For those who don't know, this is essentially an anti-aircraft weapon, and it has 100 rounds. Now, for those who are wondering, this 100-round magazine, and just based on looking at this weapon, it should be a very good weapon. Essentially, the Japanese version of the RD-44. So that's very, very interesting. And as a matter of fact, right now, Tier 5 Japan looks very, very good. And of course, you have the Ho-Ri production. This is essentially a 105mm gun mounted on a Ho-Ri, which is an extreme heavy monster, and it has very, very good frontal armor. That said, this thing is a tank destroyer, meaning that you do have a hard time turning, but that's that. Moving on, we have the J2M3 for the Japanese. This is a very good fighter for the Japanese according to Enlisted. And moving on with the Ki 84 Ko. This is essentially the Mitsubishi's J2M3 army counterpart with a 250kg bomb, a pair of 20mm cannons, and 12.7mm machine guns, which is amazing. All of these things are amazing. All of these vehicles, weapons are amazing. I sincerely hope that Enlisted gives us all of these as soon as possible. But to recap, I think Japan will be very, very powerful after this update, which is really true because, like, all these weapons are amazing. As a matter of fact, I expect a lot of people just to be playing Japan to get these weapons, and as a matter of fact, I know myself will be getting these weapons just to play them around. So that's that. Overall, really like these weapons, and after this fact, I really think Japan will be overpowered. But that's that. What do you guys think of this video? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.